Hello, everybody. That little wheel just kept spinning and spinning and spinning, and I was waiting for it to say go live. So glad that everybody could make it here, and I know we'll have a lot of people watching on replay. So thank you for you watching whenever that is, whether it's tomorrow, later tonight, a week from now, whenever. Thanks for joining us. Let me start by saying hi to everybody that got here early. We had Josh and Chastity from Moonlight Adventures, but before them, first place, DC Brother was the first to check in. And then, like I said, Josh and Chastity from Moonlight Adventures. If you haven't checked out their channel, make sure to do so. And I was just on Josh and the Naughty Cruisers podcast a week or so ago. So if you haven't checked out that podcast or their podcast in general, check that out. We have Jimbo from Info. I like that little name there. We got Yolin. You see, the Zoe here is getting pretty antsy. She's got a whole bowl of treats in front of her, and I think it's driving her crazy. And we got Yoli here. We have Ken, and let's see who else has gotten here early. I see Jason down here. Jason Cool. And we got Shane here. Good to see you, Shane. Cakins, Chris is back again. Justin's back again. Great to see some return. Rick is back. Great to see. Bless Nettie's back. Nick is back. Frankie's back. Michael Allen is back. We got a lot of repeat viewers, which I love. Tim G is here. And look at that. Lido Tito. He hadn't been here for a couple weeks. Great to see you, Lido Tito. And we got Cheryl. So we got Tim and Cheryl tonight. Carnival Cruise Addicts is here. What is going on? You guys, great to see you here again. And then Robert, and I think we are caught up as far as the hellos go. And hello from Zoe. She's like I said, she's a little excited right now because I got this whole bowl of treats, and it's been a minute. I just had a fly in front of the camera there. Sorry about that. I'm gonna have to get a fly swatter out and take care of that. So today's topic, I was trying to think of, a topic that I hadn't discussed, and I don't think I've ever discussed this one. I know we've kind of talked about it in general. We've never had like a show about it. And that is cruisers you love to cruise with, the type of cruisers, and then the cruisers you hear about. And something kind of reminded me about this is because I was reading some of John Heald's comments, and I had shared his most recent video and talking about the hurricanes and having to reposition ships and change itineraries and things like that. And he had mentioned, people getting very upset and, complaining and that type of thing. And then, I saw a lot of people say like, hey, like it's Mother Nature. Like it's not Carnival's fault that there's a hurricane coming and things like that. I mean, you can understand certainly people being disappointed, that the particular place they wanted to go to, they're not going to be able to go to. But I mean, you'd be real disappointed too if you saw a hurricane coming your way, and then you'd really have something to complain about. Like, why did you take me into the middle of a hurricane? So why people get so upset about things like that and want to take it out on a John Heald or a Carnival or any cruise line for that matter is a little silly. So that's kind of the type of cruiser that I'm getting at here. And I don't think anybody here is like that by any means. So that's where we're going with that. And anyway, I wanted to mention somebody here that is not on today, that is normally on. Some of you may have noticed Sherry Bell is not in the comments today. Reason being, she's having a very major surgery, and wanted to send some prayers down, and then if you all could say a prayer for her. She has like I said, a major surgery going on. I messaged briefly with her yesterday. It was happening in Tampa today, and it's I'm not going to get into too big of details, but obviously everybody's health is the most important thing. And we've all had our health issues and battles and things like that. And she's going through one right now. So keep her in your thoughts, and send some good vibes and well wishes and prayers her way. That would be really cool. So anyway, before we get into the topic of the day, let me catch up because I messaged somebody else. Oh, we got a few other people joining, and I'm going to say hello to all of you in just a second here. But I did get another message from Michael. He was asking me about purchasing a T-shirt, but he's also in the drawing. So he had said, I'm going to wait and see if I win this drawing tonight, and then if I don't, I'm gonna order a T-shirt. So Sherry, that aforementioned Sherry, she's numbers 1 through 13. We have the Carnival Cruise Addicts who are here. We have Rick who is here. So Carnival Cruise Addicts has 14 through 33. We have Rick Wade 34 through 38. Carnival Cruise Addicts again 39 through 48, and then Michael G 49 through 60. So we are only 40 away from doing that next shirt drawing, and usually we get past that, so I think we'll be fine there. All right, I want to say hi to a few more people because I saw a few new names. Will G is here. Great to see you, Will. Joanne is here. Great to see you. We got Usnavi, so we got Lito, Tito, and Usnavi. Michelle, hey Bear. Let's see. Yeah, my sweet Zoe. And this fly is going to drive me insane. I on TV, I know everything looks bigger, right? You might think that this space that I'm in is really big. I mean, I'm touching a wall now, and if I reach out here, I'm about 1.5 feet away from another wall. So it's a really small space. I know, like I said, it can be deceiving on television, but this is a really small office, and then I just pack everything in and try to make it look presentable. So let's see here. Yeah, she wants a treat, and I'm trying to hold her off with some small treats. So speaking of getting to the a $10 super chat gets Zoe a nice big treat like this one here that she's eyeing right now. I've just been giving her like tearing off little pieces of some I don't know what these treats are called, but to hold her off. And then I already have mixed in a little bourbon, but I've been good. I haven't really drank. I had one beer yesterday, and I haven't really drank the rest of the week. But if anybody does a $15 super chat or more, I will pour this into this cup right here that right now just has Coke Zero in it, and that will be my first one. And then if there are any more $15 after that, we'll continue to knock out this Smoke Wagon, which is a really good bourbon if you've never tried it. So look at that. We got Tim G getting us started, and he's sending his prayers for Sherry. We got to put that on the screen. And thanks so much for that, Tim. I'm going to put you down here. So Tim, you are 61 through 65, my friend. And thank you for that. And we'll give Zoe a little something for that as well. Mandy is here. What's going on, Mandy? Good to see you here. We have Sammy Sheldon. Did I get everybody else? I hope I did not miss anybody. If I didn't see you in the comments, throw another comment in there so I can make sure I mention you. All right. So yeah, we're only 35 away from doing that next shirt drawing. And I wanted some help from everybody today because honestly, I don't have enough likes or dislikes, but I am going to mention a few. Okay. Because I think most people are in agreement on it. I think, and if I'm wrong, please correct me in the comments. Okay. Things that most cruisers or things that you don't want to hear on your cruise. And for you new cruisers, you may not know this. You may not that are going to be watching this or watching this on a replay. And some of you may have tuned in to check it out to see like, hey, I don't want to be one of those cruisers that people don't like. So what shouldn't I do? Okay. And in the comments, let me know if you agree. Cruisers don't like other cruisers that talk politics. Is that true or false? Cruisers don't like other cruisers that talk politics on the vacation or on the cruise. Is that true or false? They don't like talking politics. Is that true or false? Rick Wade is in there again. Sammy is the first to chime in, who says, for sure, leave that at home. Mandy says, true. You don't like talking politics. So we got true from DC Brother, Will G, Rick Wade, Bless Nettie, Wanda Smith, Yoli, Frankie. Carnival Cruise addicts don't want to get into politics. Yes, so true. True. Did her freeze for just me or others? I hope it didn't freeze. But yeah, let me know. I don't know if there's anything I can do. And Justin is asking if I saw the Raiders game. Of course I saw the Raiders game. So Rick, thank you. You are 66 through 70, and we are only 30 away from that shirt giveaway. And there is Michael Garcia, and he is in the shirt drawing. And like I said, Michael, we are only 30 away from that. And so if I know the person, okay. Oh, Tim says if you know the person. Yeah, that's a good point. So Tim is saying, like, you know, I guess it's safe to talk politics if you're friends with the person and, you know, you're just chatting amongst yourselves or whatever, and you enjoy talking politics, sure. But to, you know, new people, or if you're talking loud around other people, no, for example, I was in the Tides pool one time, and I remember this lady was talking with some other people, and she was talking politics and stuff. And I'm just sitting there just shaking my head like, really? I'm like, do we hear enough of this stuff on the news? You know, we're on vacation, you know, get me some earmuffs or whatever. So yeah, the Moonlight Adventure says, I hate hearing it, period, anymore. And, you know, Moonlight, I think I'm pretty close with you right there. Okay. The next thing I was going to say that I think most people hate hearing other people talk about, and it's not that you don't support it or you don't believe it or anything like that, but it's just that other people vary in their, you know, and so the topic is religion. The religion. Do you want to hear people talk about religion? I'm not saying don't say prayers or anything. You know what I'm talking about. You know, what type of religion is the best, you know, whose religion, you know, things like that. So, you know, like the politics, you have one side or the other for the most part. And then, you know, religion, there are different religions and things like that. Does anybody want to hear about religion? Or how should I say that? Do people not want to hear about religion? The way I phrased the last question, true or false? Or I see some no's, like, no, we don't want to hear about religion. So nope. Robert, let's see. Hold on. Okay, Robert, I think you were responding to the previous question. Okay, so oh wait, Joanne. Oh wait, hold on. And Joanne, I see that right there. Okay, awesome. Joanne, want me to do the drink? Yes. Zoe, come on up here. Come on. And that puts us only 10 away. And let me write down Joanne, and thank you so much for that. See, that pops up real colorful so I can see it. So look at it. We got Joanne here. And Joanne, that makes you 71 through 90. And you see Zoe crawling on my lap here to try to get this treat that you just got her. And she gets the big treat. So sit down. Gotta do a little work for Joanne here. High five for Joanne. High five the other paw. High five the other paw. Let's see if we can get the other paw. She's too excited. Okay. All right. There you go. So you made Zoe very happy, Joanne. Thank you for that. And you're about to make me much happier as well, because what we're going to do here is we're going to take this double shot. The first one, good. That's a lot of bourbon there. Pour that all the way in. I got just enough space to stir it up here a little bit. All right. So thanks so much for that. And we are only 10 away from the shirt drawing. So thank you for that. So let's see. Shane also included or wearing political apparel. Yeah. And then Robert was in agreement on the political one. Will saying no in talking about religion. Frankie, not on a cruise. DC brother, no religion. I respect all of them. Joanne, true in regards to not talking about religion, I think, or if I'm not quoting you correctly, let me know. Robert, did I miss somebody on a super chat? Let's see. I see 3 of them up here. Rick, I got you. Okay. I think I got everybody. Okay. And I had Tim and Joanne. Okay. I just wanted to make sure I didn't miss somebody on a super chat. All right. So we're talking about a religion. So those are the 2 big no-nos. And look at this. We got Michael, and Michael is going to take us to the shirt drawing. And Michael has a 1 in 5 chance because he actually has a little better than a 1 in 5 chance. Let's see. Michael, you are now 91 through 100 with that $10. And you got Zoe another treat. And look at that. Shane right behind. Thank you for that. Let's get Michael's up there. Shane, you are starting off the next round. So let me write that one down. So Shane, you are actually 1 through 5 on the next round. So you already got us started on that. Thank you so much for that. And yeah, Joanne, you said I think you're 10 away, and now we're there. And look at this, Carnival Cruise Addicts. All right. Addicts. So they are 6 through 25. Thanks so much for that. Before that, we had Shane. Again, thank you so much for that super chat. And Shane says no politics, religion, or money. And you know what? I'm glad you mentioned that one, Shane, because I did not think of the money one. Carnival Cruise Addicts not getting off that easy, and for Zoe. Okay, so Carnival Cruise Addicts, here we go. We're getting the smoke wagon out. And hey, I don't want it easy. Keep it coming. There have been a couple shows where you all had me messed up. I'm not gonna lie. Like I might have got through the show, but I was hurting by the end of the night and the next morning. So I had to definitely do that water. But Carnival Cruise Addicts, thank you so much. Oh wow, that's good. That's a really good. If you never tried the smoke wagon, that's a good one. Thank you for that, Carnival Cruise Addicts. And we have another treat for Zoe. You know what? I'm gonna set this one aside here, this beef stick for her, so I don't forget to give her that on your behalf. She's still chewing up that one that Joanne got her. Let's see. Rick says no talking about Dallas Cowboys too. Horrible. So Rick's trying to start a fight, I think, right here. He's trying to start a fight with some people. Rick says nobody got time for that. Let's see here. And I know Tim, we got Yoli on here. Yoli and Andrew, they're big Pittsburgh Steeler fans, and Tim's a big Pittsburgh Steeler fan. I don't know if Cheryl's a big Steeler fan also. I'm guessing she is. But they know I'm a Raider fan, and I know they're Steeler fans. So I had to wish them both good luck. And unfortunately, their guys didn't show up to play this Sunday. Hopefully they get a lot better. But in 2 weeks, the Raiders and the Steelers go at it. And that weekend, they're not going to be my friend, I'm sure. At least they're not going to be rooting for me. I know that. The Z Show Cruise Fun is here. Come on up. You have another treat from Carnival Cruise Addicts. So, high five for Carnival Cruise Addicts. You got a high five. And high five again. And high five again. Good girl. Okay. Go enjoy that. Okay. Thanks again for that. Let's see. Tim says it's storming like crazy here. Well, you guys are kind of have that hurricane weather coming in, right, Tim? And hopefully, it's not going to be near your area, but I'm sure you're getting a lot of that bad weather that's going through there. Joanne, yeah, she is. Joanne says, love her. Zoe is the sweetest thing, I tell you. She's just she'll just jump up and just start licking you and wagging her tail. And yeah, she's something. She's a good little girl. Lito Tito says, send some of that wet stuff our way. So I guess you all need some wet weather. And so, yeah, send a little down to Louisiana. Rick says, I'll take a shot with you. Fireball. And speaking of Fireball, Steve Fireball, I think they're Niagara Falls celebrating an anniversary or something. So if they catch this on replay, happy anniversary. And let's see. Thanks for taking that shot with me, Rick. And if anybody else wants to take a shot with me, I will be happy. Let's see. Z Coach, you know me. I'll talk about politics and religion at the same time. Okay. Yeah. Just don't do it on your Jubilee cruise ship, Z, because you might find yourself sitting by yourself. So everybody's trying to get away from the politics and the religion. Yes. It is fun. And that's one of the things, that's one of the reasons Shane says this is fun, drinking with the coach. It's fun drinking with you all. And that's one of the reasons why I enjoy hosting the bar crawl so much is, the first bar or two, everybody's just kind of meeting each other, getting warmed up or whatever. And about that third bar, it starts hitting people and everybody starts getting a little silly, getting a little fuzzy. And from that point on, everybody's just having a ton of fun. And many of you have been on a bar crawl with me. So we always have a lot of fun with that. Cheryl says, yep, better step it up. She is a Steeler fan through and through, just like her husband. Justin says he is a Seahawks fan. Justin, you guys didn't have a very good weekend. They didn't show up. I think they were playing a team they should have beat. And I forget who you guys were playing. I know Bruce from Ocean to Ocean Travel, he's a Seahawks fan because they live right there. But let's see. Tim says we'll always be friends. I appreciate that, Tim. So he's going to be friends with me even when the Raiders beat the Steelers. That means a lot. Appreciate that, Tim. I'm just kidding. Bless Nettie, thank you. She says Zoe is beautiful. And Sammy is a Seahawks fan too. Okay, we got a couple Seahawks fans here. And Tim says I even have Raven friends. Wow. You know what? I'm a diehard Chicago Cubs fan, and I even have White Sox friends. So, I know how that goes. It is Fireball's birthday, Steve Donaldson. Fireball Steve. It is his birthday, and that's why they're at the Niagara Falls. And this fly is still here. It was on top of my computer. Let's see. Usnavi, when talking trash about other teams, we can still be friends. If you talk about politics or religion, you might lose friends. Look at that. Let's put that one on the screen. Usnavi dropping the hammer. Yes. You know what? And that's a great point. So when you are on a ship, talking trash about other people's teams is totally acceptable. I don't know, because it just is like it's your team and you're just goofing around and things like that. But there's something about politics and religion that really, stir people up and turn people the wrong way and stuff. So, yeah, you want to avoid those topics, but sure. As a matter of fact, Yoli, I see here. I was talking a little trash about their Steelers and Tim and Cheryl's Steelers as well. Yoli's husband, Andrew, has a Steeler tattoo on his leg. And, so I don't know. I forget what we were joking about, but they went on a bar crawl with us. And I think we were on the Mardi Gras. And we were kind of joking about our rivalries of the Steelers and the Raiders and the immaculate reception that was not a reception. The ball hit the ground. It hit the ground. It never should have happened. The immaculate reception by Franco Harris. Just saying. That was almost as bad as the tuck rule with Tom Brady. That first Super Bowl the Patriots won and Tom Brady, never should have happened. They changed the rule after the Raiders got screwed out of going to the Super Bowl. That was a fumble, 100%. And they changed the rule, of course, after the Raiders got beaten on that. Just saying. Happiest of birthdays, Fireball. We got people wishing Carnival Cruise Addicts wish Fireball a happy birthday as well. Justin is a Rams fan also. Carnival Cruise Addicts, go Dolphins. You know what? The Dolphins have a solid team. They have a solid team. I have another friend that's a big Dolphin fan. And I remember back in the Dan Marino days and Super Duper and all that other stuff. The Dolphins got a squad. Dolphins could make some noise this year. The Jets, obviously, they just lost Aaron Rodgers, so they might not be doing it. The Buffalo Bills looked like garbage, even though they'll probably spank my Raiders this week and they'll look great again. We got Falcon Nation. But you know what? Falcon Nation, Chris Kakins. I have Bijan Robinson on like 2 or 3 of my fantasy teams. I'm on like 4 of them. I tried to get him in every one. I think Bijan Robinson is the real deal. He's a Texas guy, but yeah, Z says, I feel sorry for the New York Jets. Well, they won. They won. So, oh, Tim says, I'll send you money now. He's not feeling good about the Steelers' chances against the Raiders, I guess. We made a little side bet on that. And Lito Tito, congratulations to the Saints. They got my old guy, Derek Carr, and he is now leading the New Orleans Saints. So I was glad to see Derek Carr get a victory for the Saints. And I thought it was really cool. I don't know how many of you really got into the NFL weekend. Some of you I know might not be NFL fans, but I think it's Steve Gleason, the ALS guy. He was a former pro football player before he got, diagnosed with ALS, and he's still alive. And they invited him to the home opener. And wouldn't you know it, one of the most famous things, he's remembered for is blocking a kick in one of their biggest games. And in fact, there's a statue of it outside the Superdome. And wouldn't you know, on that first game, block kicks don't happen very often, but there was one the day that they honored him. I thought that was really, really cool. It's great to see that he's still battling and still alive and everything, because I know that is a horrible, horrible disease. So to see him still fighting and doing his best to promote awareness of ALS and research and things like that, that was great to see. Let's see here. From Phoenix, was a Cardinals fan until the first game. Shane is not a Cardinals fan. Yeah, the Cardinals, you know what though? I mean, they fought against Washington. They really did. They did better than I thought they were going to do. So Rick says, oh, wow, there's double shot in my Big Yeti here. That's I can taste it. I didn't mix it up very well. Rick Wade, that's real sad about the Jets. Aaron only played 4 downs, gone for the season. Yeah, you know what? I don't feel bad for Aaron Rodgers. I do feel bad for the Jets and Jets fans. Aaron Rodgers signed a 3-year, 120 some odd million, 75 million guaranteed. How would you like to, show up to work for 4 hours and then be guaranteed, 3-year salary or something like that? I mean, Aaron Rodgers, that is one of the great things about a guaranteed salary, is if you get hurt, you still get paid. So I don't know what his salary is this year. It's probably like 35 million or something. But how about that? $35 million, and you did 4 plays, and they weren't good. It's not like he had 3 great plays and then, on the 4th one he got hurt or something. He didn't even have any good plays, I don't think. And he's going to get $35 million. I mean, not a bad day's work, if you ask me. All right. Rick Wade says y'all can have Jameis Winston. Oh, there's Fireball Steve. There's the birthday boy. Look at that. He says, hello from Niagara Falls. Fireball Falls. It's Fireball Falls for this week only, because Fireball Steve is there. Yeah. All right. Everybody is. Cheryl says blasphemy as a reception. Will G. So Will G is a Raider fan. So see, I got somebody on my side. Will G is part of Raider Nation. He says, preach it, coach. Yeah. We got at least one person on my side. Yoli says, sounds like someone's a little bitter. There's another Steeler fan picking on me. Let's see what we got. It's a lot of fun in the sports bar. Yes. And I wish more ships had the skybox. Not all of them. Like, the new mega ships, they don't have the skybox bar. And I know they have the Tributes Lounge and stuff, but it doesn't have as many sports televisions in there. I don't feel like there's the best place to go watch games on the mega ships, despite how big they are. There's not a real good location to go watch sporting events. So that is one thing I hadn't really thought of or mentioned before. But I am going to be going on the Celebration Thanksgiving, and I was looking at the schedule, and we board on the 19th, which is a Sunday, and the Raiders are playing. I think they're playing the Dolphins that day. But yeah, I was like, oh man, I'm going to be watching the game, the day of embarkation. So it's going to be a crazy day. So let's see. Tim says, tell him, Yolanda. Look at all these Steeler fans picking on me. This isn't fair. Will, you need to go recruit us some more Raider fans, and we need to start talking some trash back. Sean says, go Bucks. Big win at Vikes on Sunday. Okay. There you go. And the Bucks, obviously, they had a Super Bowl, so they're good with that. Yeah. Usnavi says we can still be friends, Kakins. Steve says, I have pictures. Fireball Steve is an avid photographer, so I'm sure he has some great pictures. Green Bay Packers off to a good start. Yeah, the Packers beat the Bears. I mean, I'm from Chicago, but that is not my team. So that, that doesn't bother me. But I have some friends that are very, very upset about the Bears getting beat this weekend. And a lot of Chicago Bear fans, I mean, on the sports radio, they are super upset. How about people who ask how much you get paid? Oh, or brag what they paid. Yeah, you know what? I hadn't thought too much about that one. Yeah, I mean, we talk about that's, I don't know, Shane. I haven't really remembered too many people. Like, I know being a casino player, being in conversations with other people in the casino, like, if they got deals and things like that. That one doesn't bother me as much, but I could see why or how that might bother other people. So that's a good thought there. Let's see here. Lito Tito, Steve Gleason's block came in the reopening the Superdome after Katrina. Yeah. And I mean, I just think that's a great story. And, I saw Steve Gleason's story. They did a mini documentary or something like that on him, but he knew that he was losing it, losing his mobility and everything else like that. So he did not go down, weekly. I mean, he was doing triathlons and doing all this stuff that he knew he wouldn't be able to do. And, over time, because it's a crippling disease, you just get worse and worse and worse until you're basically paralyzed in a chair. And so, I admired that so much that, he didn't stop fighting, and he tried to live life to its absolute fullest until the very moment he couldn't. And he's still fighting. He's still, living life and to the best way that he possibly can, and still trying to bring awareness to ALS. He was, obviously, a captain for the New Orleans Saints opener this week. So, yeah, it's an inspiring story. And yeah, so Ben is asking, what's your name, Moonlight? It's Moonlight Adventures, and that is Josh and Chastity have that channel, Ben. Ben asked Coach Cruz, will the Cubs make the playoffs? I'm going out on a limb, and I'm going to say yes, the Cubs will make the playoffs. They had a big come-from-behind victory in the 9th inning yesterday. Another team of Tim's is going against my Cubs, and we're trying to fight off the Cincinnati Reds along with the Arizona Diamondbacks, and a couple other teams. So, but I think the Cubs will squeak in. We'll be the 5th or 6th seed. I don't think we're going to win the division and overtake the Milwaukee Brewers, but yeah. All right, so there's been a lot of comments, so I haven't really gotten to much. When is Carnival going to get sports betting? Ben, you know what? I wish I had the answer to that. And I mentioned that to one of the Carnival suits that I know, and he said he didn't know. I kind of threw out, a couple dates, that have since already passed. And he's like, oh yeah, that would be, a good thought, or maybe they were waiting to this time or this time. But, I think it's negotiations with whoever would be running or be in charge of these kiosks. And I'm wondering if Carnival thinks that like their cut isn't going to be big enough, or that it's going to cut into too much of their regular casino action. And I'm wondering if they're having second thoughts and kind of backing out of this, because it should have happened a long time ago, right? I mean, that announcement was made a long time ago. So yeah, that's yeah. I would love to see it. I know a lot of people would love to see it, but I don't know if it's going to happen. Sean says the Skybox bar is a great hangout, especially on NFL Sunday. Yeah, that bar is packed. Whenever there's a big sporting event, Skybox is packed. And I booked a cruise for Thanksgiving. Not this year, I'm on the Celebration. Next year, I'm going to be on the Carnival Horizon. I booked that just recently. If anybody was looking at a Carnival cruise Thanksgiving of 2024, right? Yeah, 2024. I'll be on the Carnival Horizon. I booked that one today. So if anybody out there is looking, Rick says, oh, Justin's going to be on the Celebration for your birthday. When is your birthday, Justin? Rick says, almost all my cruises I book junior suites to never talk about how much I pay. Usually get great deals on it with Diamond Plus discount. All right. Yeah, that's junior suites. That's a nice room. Tim says, did you draw a shirt when my electric went out? Oh my goodness. I haven't drawn the shirt, have I? Yeah, you know what? I got caught up, and I did the shot, and I did the treat, and we haven't done the shirt. So thank you for reminding me that. I will say, let's look at, because we had some super chats right after that, and I think that threw me off, because we had Shane that started us off 1 through 5, and the Carnival Cruise Addicts 6 through 25. So yeah, let's do that. Let's do that right now. Okay, let me get the phone ready here. So you can see, everybody, it is blank, it is empty. So what I do, for those of you that don't know, is I say, hey, Siri, give me a random number, and I'm not pressing the button. So, I say, give me a random number 1 through 100, and she spits out a number. Lately, it seems like she's been spitting out a lot of later numbers, like closer to 100. For a while, it was closer to, the teens and things like that. But let me go through this again. Sherry is 1 through 13. Cruise Addicts 14 through 33. Rick is 34 through 38. Cruise Addicts, once again, is 39 through 48. Michael G is 49 through 60. Tim G is 61 through 65. Rick, again, 66 through 70. Joanne is 71 through 90. And Michael G, 91 through 100. Okay, so good luck to everybody. Siri, give me a random number 1 through 100. 36. 36. Let's see who 36. And look at that. It is Rick. Rick Wade. He had numbers 34 through 38. He also had numbers 66 through 70, but it was the 34 through 38 that won it for him. So yeah, Rick, message me the size, color. I have a blue Coach Crew shirt on. I also have yellow, lime, purple, black. Well, I have black in a couple colors, but lime, purple, blue, yellow, those I have in most sizes. But yeah, congratulations, Rick. So yeah, Rick won the shirt. And then we are already through 25 for the next shirt drawing. Okay. So great. Good job, Rick. And let's put Rick up there on the screen. There he is. Woohoo, black. Oh, you want, well, Rick, let me tell you, I have in black only. I'm looking up at him right now. It looks like in black, all I have is 3X in size large. So those other colors I have are yellow, lime, blue, and purple. And I think I have those in just about every size still. So I don't know. Hopefully, one of those other colors works for you if a 3X or a size large don't. But yeah. All right. Let's do some would you rathers, and then we'll get to some more stuff about cruises. Well, you know what? Before we get to some would you rathers, what are some things that people love about other cruisers? And I'm going to do an easy one right now. And I mean, I almost feel guilty asking, but you know what? Actually, no, throw in the comments. I'm going to throw one out there. And this is the easiest one, but throw out some other things that you love about cruisers, like that you've met, that you've just, oh, okay. Rick says purple 2XL. Boom. We got that. We will take care of you, sir. Just message me your address and we will get that sent out to you. So I'll start off by just somebody, people that are fun. Okay. People that are fun, that, just enjoy having a good time. And you can obviously have fun different ways. Some people are going to be a little crazy fun, other people are going to be just, along for the good time and just enjoying, the vibe of everybody else and stuff like that. So you can have fun in a lot of different ways, but, you might be open to new things. So Mandy says, let's throw Mandy's comment up here. Meeting others who are joyful and happy to be on vacation. That is a great, great sentiment there. Carnival Cruise Addict says, let's put their comment up there. Love when people are just there to have fun and chill. Another great comment. Usnavi, I consider them family, and we talk pretty often, not just in the cruise. Yes. And you know what? I think, honestly, that's one of the things I've enjoyed the most about cruising is just all of you and many of you I've met on ships. We've become friends. We've cruised together. We've had fun together. We have fun on the shows together, talking about cruising and our experiences and things like that, and drinking together. And while I mention that, let me take another drink here. But honestly, there's a song by what's her name? Oh shoot, I'm drawing a brain cramp right now. Something with an M, and I'm forgetting her name. But she did it with Brothers Osborne. It's a song called "All My Favorite People." All My Favorite People, and it's a really good song. And it's a duet or whatever. But yeah, check that song out. And I mean, it doesn't talk about cruising or anything, but it's just that attitude, that kind of that carefree, fun attitude where you're not taking everything in life so seriously, and you look forward to the little pleasures in life and things like that. So it's I think about cruising when I hear that song, even though it's not talking about beaches and drinking necessarily. Well, it does talk a little bit about drinking, but yeah, it's called "All My Favorite People," and I really dig that song for. Okay, Blessed Nettie said people who are easygoing. Shane says maybe controversial, but fellow smokers have had such a good time with others in the smoking area. Okay, and I don't think that's controversial. If you're in a smoking area, that's an area for smokers, right? So, there's nothing to be upset about being in the smoking area with fellow smokers. And, those cigars under the stars and things like that, I think those are great events when they do those. So I totally can relate to that. Jason says people who are open to meet new people and have a good time. Absolutely. And that's one of the things on cruises is you do meet people younger, older, different ethnicity, different cultures, and finding some commonality and sharing in the same fun and stuff like that. In deck parties and stuff, just meeting a wide range of people and getting to see people, on a different level that you might not normally hang out with and stuff. So very cool. We love to meet people in the pub, Rick says. Usually we stay friends after the cruise. We sometimes meet them again in the pub on another cruise. I love that. Yeah, and that same way here. Carnival Cruise Addict says, "How about Cheryl Crow's All I Want to Do? All I want to do is have some fun." Yeah, absolutely. That definitely will get you in a upbeat attitude. What's that? I like that part in the song where we're peeling the labels off the bottles of Bud or whatever. I do that too. Like when I drink beer and they have the labels or whatever, I just like picking at it, and I try to pick it clean off without tearing it or whatever until I get the whole label. So yeah, that's one of the things. Maren Morris, yes, thank you, Michael G. Maren Morris and Brothers Osborne, all my favorite people. Yes, that is it. Maren Morris is a very underrated singer, I think. I love her voice. Enjoyed several of her songs. So yeah, check her out and all my favorite people, Maren Morris and Brothers Osborne. Thank you for that, Michael. Let's throw that on the screen so everybody can see it, just in case you do want to check out that song. Jason says we meet a ton of people of all ages on the horizon. Yeah, yeah, and then again, it's one of the things that I've enjoyed the most about hosting a lot of these bar crawls is I meet so many different people, some younger, some older, from all different places, all over the United States. And the most recent crawl on the Carnival Celebration, I forget the gentleman's name, but he was all the way from Norway, and he was more of a beer drinker. So, we were getting suggested drinks at each bar, but he just wanted to come along for the fun. And most of the time he was ordering a big old beer and drinking the beer, but he was coming along with us, even though he wasn't doing the same drink. He was coming around having fun, and I would see him throughout the cruise and share a couple laughs with him. So we have had people literally from all over the nation and all over the world, on different bar crawls and things like that. So it is really great to meet those people. Not to mention, speaking about meeting people all over, but crew and crew are the easiest people to meet that are from all over different countries. Because let's be honest, there's not a lot of crew from America. So, if you run into some people and you really make a great connection with a bartender, cabin steward, a cruise director, a member of the fun squad, something like that, you become friends with them, and all of a sudden, you're messaging, and seeing them on vacation when they're not working on a cruise ship, and wishing them the best, and just seeing their life in a different country and stuff like that. And it's a really cool experience, and you get that through cruising. So yeah, that's really cool. All right, let's see. Rick says, I met Super Mario, the Royal Cruiser, has over 11,000 cruise points and smoking section on the President's Cruise on Allure. Really nice guy. Well, that's cool. I still need to do Royal, and I still need to do a couple other cruise lines. I'm still waiting for these cruise lines to say, hey, coach, we want you to come try out our brand and see what you think about it. And we'll give you just as good a deal as Carnival gives you. But that hasn't happened yet. So that's why I'm still primarily a Carnival cruiser. Sammy says, I like this one, Sammy. I got to put that on the screen. Sammy says, I like cruisers who watch their children. Yeah. I think a lot of people can relate to that. Now, I don't have children, but in defense, I could see why parents would want to do that, like, you know what, as long as they don't fall off the ship, we're good, leave us alone. I know a lot of parents get stressed, but yeah, I think parents can leave their kids alone, but you probably know if your kid is a little pain in the ass, forgive my French there or whatever, and whether they should be watched a little more carefully. And I think some of these parents know that their kids are little hellions, and they still are fine with just, okay, I'm going to enjoy my vacation. I don't care how many people's vacation this kid disrupts, but get away from me. And, like I say, on one side, I can understand that thinking, but on the other side, yeah, they're interfering with other people's vacation. And that does get me to Dislike. All right. One of the things that Carnival had taken away and being confiscated from luggage, and I understood why a lot more when I heard some music coming from a portable speaker that had somehow got through being detected. And it was from one of these kids that Sammy mentioned that thought, that their music was so great that apparently everybody else would want to hear it too. So they're walking through the elevator lobby where a bunch of people are waiting to get on elevators and stuff, and they're carrying around their portable speaker, blasting their teenage music, apparently thinking that everybody loved it or thinking that they didn't care about anybody else's opinion. They were just going to do what they wanted to do. So either way, that's the type of cruiser. And again, in some cases, it could be a kid, but yeah, you might not like that type of cruiser, and you might not want to be with a cruiser like that, or as Sammy pointed out, get their parents, take care of your kids. Don't allow your kids to be disrespectful and just do whatever they want, to the heck with everybody else kind of attitude. All right, Journeys with June and Brady. Stick the label to your head and proclaim you are on the patch. Okay. All right. Usnavi. Haha, good one, Sammy. Yes. Moonlight Adventures, June and Judy. All right. Let's see. Let's see if we got another comment here. June and Brady, that is something Usnavi would do. Yeah, Usnavi would do that. Lito Tito says, bartender, I really did this time. Tony G, people talk to me once they hear my English accent. You know what? Accents are really cool. I remember long before I started cruising, I went to Boston, and I was going to meet my girlfriend at the time, not Anita, believe it or not. And Anita's out running some errands. She went to Home Depot. But I wanted to go to Boston. I wanted to see Fenway Park. I'm a big baseball fan, and I'd never been to Fenway Park. And so I went on like a 3-day trip. And fun story. I was by myself, like I said, the first couple days of the trip, and then my girlfriend was going to fly in and meet me. And I wanted to go to the Red Sox game. It was a Sunday night, I want to say, and it was Sunday Night Baseball on ESPN. This is a long time ago. This is before they built the seats up in the Green Monster, so I don't even know how long ago that was. So I wanted to get tickets. Fenway's always sold out. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go down to the ballpark. I'm going to try to scalp some tickets, whatever. So I go to different scalpers and like, oh no, we just want to sell 2. You got to buy them both, this and that. Or I can sell you 1 for some crazy price. And I'm like, you know what? Let me just try to go to the box office and see if I can get standing room only or some kind of ticket. And so I go there, and I go to the box office at Fenway Park, and I said, hey, do you have any seats? I just need a single ticket. I'm by myself. And they're like, how's 6 rows behind a home plate sound? I'm like, amazing. They're like $60, so this is a long time ago. So $60, I'm sitting 6 rows behind home plate. I don't know how I got that deal. And it was at the main box office too. I mean, it was a long time ago, like I said. But I was one of those goofs on their phone waving, because I was calling my buddies and stuff saying, hey, I'm on TV, I'm like 6 rows behind. Well, I turn the TV on, and I'm sitting there waving or whatever. But yeah, people in Boston were so cool. And the people with the heavy accents, the heavy Boston accents, I just love that heavy Boston accent. And, I think that's a great accent. So yeah, that's cool. So getting back to our kids, Mandy says some kids play Ding Dong Ditch on my door in the celebration. Yeah, that's no good. Kids like that, I wish somebody would open their door and trip them while they're running away. Really, seriously, as long as they didn't get hurt badly. If they scrape up a knee, that's okay. They can live with it. Carnival Cruise Addicts, it kills me that they ban Bluetooth speakers, which I get, but then they sell them in the fun shops. Yeah, that is quite a bit of a contradiction. And yeah, Carnival Cruise Addicts, I agree. I used to always bring my Bluetooth speaker and I would take it to the beach. And if I was sitting far enough from people that, you know, I think I could play my speaker and just, yeah, just enjoy that. I'd bring a waterproof speaker. And then I mean, I get it though. Like you say, you get it, I get it. It's just the people that ruin it, right? The people that aren't respectful of other people, that aren't going to be like, oh, okay, look, I'm around a bunch of other people here. I can't play this right now. You play it respectfully when it's convenient to do so. But obviously, there are cruisers out there that seemingly only care about themselves, right? And they do whatever they want. And yeah, and that's why they take away our speakers that we like to bring. So I totally agree with Carnival Cruise Addicts on that one. Shane, on the yeah, Shane says the music is just noise. A lot of it. I agree with you, Shane. Rick says only 10 people. Oh, wow. Yeah, you know what? Thank you for mentioning that, Rick. I said that at the very beginning, and I like tradition. I always forget to tell people to hit the like button. So yeah, if you could hit that like button, you'll do us a big favor and get this populated to more people by hitting that like button. That would be great. Rick says, I'll admit that I have a heavy Texan accent. People used to think I was from Texas, Rick. True story. I'll tell that story in a second here. Tim says, Rick, I didn't know Texans had accents. Ha ha, that's funny. Sammy, trip them, yes. Amen, Shane, at Radio Talk Show about business. And I was okay, so I know some people can hear an accent from me. It's not a heavy accent, but it used to be. It used to be a heavy accent. So tell you a quick story when I was in college, because I know we're running up on the time here, but maybe this is an interesting story to you. So we did a study group in college, and it was I don't know, some history college class, or I don't remember what it was for, economics something. But there was about 6 or 8 people in this study group. We met in the library or somewhere like that, and we're all talking. And I'm one of these people that listen a lot. Especially if I don't feel like I'm really know what I'm talking about. I would rather people that feel more confident in the subject area to talk. So it was a while. It was probably like a good 15, 20 minutes, maybe even a half hour before I even chimed in and said anything. And there were a couple young ladies sitting at the end of the table. And I finally started talking, and they had this look on their face. And I'm like, what? Do I get something in my teeth? Like what? Like as I'm talking, like I started to feel uncomfortable, because immediately they almost started looking at me. And then I finished asking the question or my statement or whatever it was, and it both like in unison, like they timed in perfect, you know, at the same time they're in sequence. Where are you from? Like they both said this because my accent was so heavy. So I'm from Southern Illinois, but before I moved to Chicago, my accent was, I had a lot of draw to it. And I still have an accent, I know, but it's not near as bad as what it was when I was like in high school before I came up to Chicago. So, so I got made fun of a lot for my accent. I still get teased a little bit about my accent, but it's not near what it used to be in terms of being heavy. So Rick, I can relate to the accent there, because people thought I was from Texas or someplace like that because of my accent. All right, everybody. Well, we are under a minute. I did have some would you rathers. I could ask a couple of those really quick for you beer drinkers out there. And I know so many different beers out there now that this is a better question from probably 20, 30 years ago. Controversial Cruising, Scott, I think you're probably back from Alaska now. Tina Drews is in Illinois, and my husband is from Elgin. Okay. And they got a casino out there. I used to go to that casino. I don't go to casinos anymore, but when I did, I would go to that one. Yeah, so hello and thanks for catching where you're jumping here at the end. But okay, so you beer drinkers out there, there used to be a lot of commercials about this particular subject, like which one you supported, kind of like Chevy versus Ford. But if you're going to drink a beer, which beer are you going to drink? A Budweiser or a Miller? Do you drink Budweiser products or Miller products? Which do you prefer? Which would you rather drink? Beer drinkers out there, a Bud product or a Miller product? Put it in the comments. All right, Rick is the first one to say Miller. And Ken says, Bud, Lito Tito, I drink all four kinds. Yours, mine, hot and cold. Ooh, hot beer. I don't know about hot beer. I'll definitely drink the cold ones, though. Fireball Steve says, Bud, Tina is Miller Light. Okay. Let's see. I think wow, this is like, it's like Bud, Miller Light. Bud, is the next one going to be Miller Light? We're just, oh, no, we got another. Wow, there's more Bud here. Okay. I thought this was going to be more split. Lester says, I'll drink it. Bud Light, Miller. I tend to lean towards the Miller Light myself personally if I had my choice, but I'm surprised by so much Bud. I mean, I know it's the king of beers and all, but I really thought that would be a little bit more split. So, okay. So Bud wins. All right. Now, here's one for you. I'm curious about this one. I think the first one is going to win, but whiskey or vodka? If you get offered an alcohol, and you can mix this too if you want. You don't have to drink it straight. So whiskey or vodka? What is your flavor? Whiskey or vodka for you drinkers out there? You obviously know which one mine is. All right, Carnival Cruise Addict says vodka. All right, so we got a vodka, we got a whiskey, we got a whiskey, we got a vodka whiskey, we got a vodka martini, we got a whiskey. Okay, so whiskey is in the lead. Lito Tito says, Tito. Whiskey any day, vodka. Okay, so this one is pretty even. I think whiskey is the winner, but it was pretty even. Justin says, I'm not really a big drinker. Yeah, I think you're a little too young. Cheryl's whiskey. Okay, so I think whiskey has come on strong at the end. Whiskey, it ends up being a definitive winner, a clear winner. Rick says tequila is my top drink. All right, you sports fans, football season has just started, obviously, but America's pastime is baseball. So of your two sports, which are you the bigger fan of, baseball or football? Baseball or football? Are you a bigger baseball fan? If you had to choose one, if you got offered World Series Game 7 tickets or the Super Bowl, which are you going to go to? World Series Game 7 or Super Bowl? So is it going to be baseball or football? Okay, Carnival Cruise Addict says go. Oh, so we got a baseball, then a football, then a football, then a football, then a football, then a baseball, then a football, but baseball is close, Rick says. Baseball puts me to sleep, Shane says. Ben says baseball, go Brewers, except when they play the Cubs. Controversial cruising. I play baseball, but a bigger football fan. Huh, okay. Journeys with June says Super Bowl. Will G is heading out, and we're about to head out too. Sammy, football. Okay, so I believe football won that one. I assumed it would, and it did. But wanted to thank you all because, honestly, I didn't have to do a whole lot. You all were so active in the comments tonight that you just kind of carried the show for me. So I appreciate that, all of you. So many of you did the super chats. I mean, we had Shane, we had Cruise Addicts. We had Michael G, Joanne, Rick, Tim, Michael G again. And then again, we started at the beginning of the show, but those of you came on late. One of our normal viewers and supporters, Sherry, had a major surgery today. I believe it's over, but she's probably in recovery right now. So if you could send a couple prayers up for her and keep her in your good thoughts. we would like to send her the best. And look at that, 2 more, only takes 1 to win. Yes, absolutely, Shane. So let me put you down here. So next week, thank you for that. So you are 26 and 27 also, Shane. Yeah, so next week we will have 73, and then we'll be doing another shirt drawing next week, hopefully. Jason and Tina, thank you for that. And good night, everybody. And thank you so much once again. It was a lot of fun today, as it always is on Tuesdays. I hope you had a good time. Judging from the comments, a lot of people were very active in the comments. Usually that's a really good sign that you enjoyed the show. So I hope that was the case. And Zoe, high five for everybody. High five for everybody who watched. And we'll give Zoe a little beef stick on the way out. And take care, everybody. Thanks for watching.